trampolines, foam pits, ninja course, wipeout, and much, much more. Air Raid is your special event headquarters. Air Raid, now open in London, Kentucky.
Coming up on Mountain News, the NCAA tournament resumes for the Kentucky Wildcats in less than 24 hours. We'll have coverage from Kansas City coming up.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Justin Case. It is officially now game day for the Kentucky Wildcats. Big Blue will meet the Houston Cougars inside the Sprint Center from Kansas City Friday night. WYMT's Will Puckett and Marcus Browning have more on the contest and how fans spent their day before the big game.
So in just a short little while, the University of Kentucky and the University of Houston basketball teams will walk right through that tunnel and take the floor here at the Sprint Center. But before that happens, the University of Kentucky marching band is in town to cheer on their Wildcats, and they took an experience unlike any other. They went to the College Basketball Experience, the building right next to the Sprint Center, to experience what it's like for the players who are going to hit this floor. And as they flew in on Wednesday and had their off day on Thursday, they got to take in the sights and sounds and the food of Kansas City.
A lot of times, so we get to go to a lot of cities, and we normally have at least 1 or 2 days off. So we normally just kind of go typical tourists in the city, you know, go sightseeing, go to the zoos, go to museums. So this is just another really cool experience that definitely really relates to the trip we're on. So
I'm joined by Sports Director Marcus Browning now. And Marcus, while the band got to take in the sights and sound, Kentucky hit the practice floor in the Sprint Center, and we found out that they're kind of in a double survive and advance mode.
Of course, the dominant question of this NCAA tournament for Kentucky is, will P.J. Washington play against the Houston Cougars? Of course, P.J. did practice on Thursday afternoon. Didn't really get too physical, but he did say that he wanted to play. Of course, Wildcats played without him in the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, and Coach Cal says that it's really important that the Wildcats keep winning so that whether or not Kentucky plays on Friday night, they will be able to allow PJ to play at some point in this tournament.
Well, part of our deal was to let's survive so PJ gets a chance to play. This is an important time for all these kids. Like, I don't take that lightly, and I understand, and I respect these kids. This stuff is hard. And so we're out there, the last 2 games, we started 4 freshmen and made it even tougher. But, you know, I think that they survived, and now he gets a chance to perform.
Of course, well, the NCAA tournament is what the Wildcats have been building for this entire year. And P.J. Washington said in the locker room Thursday afternoon that he wanted to play in this tournament. So I know that Coach Cal and the Wildcats want to have him out on the court with him. Will it happen against Houston? Still to be determined.
Wait and see for week number 2. Approximately 9:59 on TBS, Kentucky versus Houston. That's not it from Kansas City. We'll have much more coverage inside the Sprint Center. He's Marcus Browning. I'm Will Puckett. We'll send it back to you.
Of course, the winner of the Houston and Kentucky game will face either Auburn or North Carolina on Sunday. That game will precede the Cats and the Cougars.
Well, it has been another nice Thursday. Unfortunately, the clouds increasing, and we are continuing to watch those rain chances work into the forecast as we head into the coming days. Now, you'll notice right now we look outside the porch here at WYMT, 49 degrees. It feels like 49. Dew points slowly rising, and we're looking at clear skies here for now, but that is going to be changing. We take you to satellite radar. Notice clouds working in from the west and becoming a little bit more thicker, and that is what is going to be accompanying most of our Friday. In fact, Friday, mostly cloudy skies, hard to see some sunshine, but still warm with a 30% chance of rain. For right now, temperatures, they're sitting really in a big mix. We're talking 49 in Hazard, 57 in London, 60 in Jackson, 59 in Pikeville, and the lower 50s as you work in Harlan. So remember, Ridge Valley split. Once again, something we'll continue to watch, and we want to remind you, you can always get the forecast wherever you might go by downloading the WYMT weather app, and you'll notice those temperatures on an average will drop to 50 degrees by 7 o'clock, and then we'll go throughout the morning hours into the 60s. But notice the rain chances, they do return there on the weather app. And Justin, we'll talk about what those rain chances mean and when the best chances are coming up in a few short minutes.
Andrew, thank you. A strike averted. Well, potentially. Last night, negotiators from ARH and the United Steelworkers Union reached a tentative agreement. This is something both sides have been going back and forth on for longer than a month. And as I learned today, this deal would end the possibility of a strike for the nearly 2,200 ARH employees represented by the union, something that's been on many minds in the days leading up to the tentative agreement now on the table. When asked about what the best part about this current tentative deal is, local union leaders in Harlan say,
"We didn't take any concessions and we feel that we're in a good place."
Floyd Barnes says ARH negotiators trying to get union employees to take less, not just money, but other benefits like time off.
It's very unnerving until you feel like you've got something you can do that you can live with and be happy with for the next 3 years.
Paula Skidmore says it's a heavy burden, realizing she's not only fighting for the nearly 400 union employees here in Harlan, but the 2,200 across eastern Kentucky and West Virginia.
We didn't have a good feeling until yesterday, really, when we got to a tentative agreement.
And that pesky S word, well, strike. Skidmore says that's a tool at their disposal, but something they hope to avoid using.
You try to not go there a lot until you have to.
You always just keep it on the
because we've all been through that.
Local union leaders say they feel good about this current agreement. Now it's in the hands of employees represented by the union. They will vote on it Friday. A simple majority vote will approve the 3-year agreement.
We have a vote and to see if the contract gets ratified, which we feel good about it.
Making sure the men and women who keep us healthy are also taken care of. The United Steelworkers Union represents ARH employees at nearly every ARH facility in our region. We are told employees will be voting tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We will update this story once we begin learning results of the vote. More than 50 years ago, a crash in Letcher County claimed the lives of 5 young eastern Kentuckians. The crash happened in the Blackie community, where the memory of the boys and of that night has lived on. Community members have worked together to establish a mile marker to make sure no one ever forgets what happened.
The trees, everything looked different. The community looked different. The people were different. There was a hurt. Everybody was hurt, and it just devastated.
The mile marker dedication will take place Saturday. More information is available on our website, WYMT.com. Governor Bevin has appointed a former judge to serve on the state Supreme Court. He appointed David Buckingham to serve the 1st District. Former Justice Bill Cunningham served that district before he retired. The district covers 24 counties in western Kentucky. Buckingham has served as a Court of Appeals judge, circuit judge, and district judge since beginning his judicial career in 1992. He retired from the bench in 1982, excuse me. He did retire from the bench in 2011 and returned to private law practice. Kentucky lawmakers have given final approval to a bill that would ban the use of all tobacco products and e-cigarettes on school grounds. The Senate voted 28-10 to send House Bill 11 to Governor Bevin. The bill's supporters say it would help curtail youth smoking. Republican Senator John Schickel called it the very definition of government overreach in opposing the measure. A majority of Kentucky's school districts do not ban tobacco products on campus. Pikeville Medical Center has agreed to purchase property from the city of Prestonsburg. The plot of land will go toward the construction of a new outpatient center. The site is the former Music Carter Hughes car dealership on South Lake Drive. Coming up at 11, the president is reversing a decision that would take money from the Special Olympics. We'll have the details. And Wells Fargo's embattled CEO resigns. We'll tell you who plans on filling his shoes.
And the rain chances slowly increase as we head towards the weekend. How quickly will we see it? The details are coming out.
Your lawyer should fight for you every day with a strong voice that leads to strong results. We know your case is important to you, and that's why your case will be our priority. That means approaching each and every case with hard work, dedication, and determination. Sometimes the best results cannot be obtained outside the court. That is why we will be by your side all the way, whether your case is settled or goes to court. We fight to get results for people from all walks of life. Let us fight to get the results you deserve.
It's Kimber Furniture's March Markdown Madness, and it's bigger and better than ever. Kimber's has 4 ways for you to score. Number 1, we pay your sales tax. Number 2, save 25% off on all accessories, lamps, rugs, and accents. Number 3, pay no interest for 1 full year. And number 4, buy any mattress set at $5.99 or more, and we'll give you a free memory foam pillow. Make your move to slam dunk savings at Kimber's in Hazard, where we know furniture.
Are you tired of not smiling? Embarrassed by a less than perfect smile?